losing his mind. Shane with the stats, breaking it down in real time. Live on YouTube, black and gold loud. Steelers Dynasty Podcast, kicking ass. Steelers Dynasty Podcast, kicking ass. Steelers Dynasty Podcast, kicking ass.
Welcome, everybody, to Steelers Dynasty Podcast. I'm your host, Bubba Brewer, and tonight, this is the night before the big press conference tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But before we start talking about all that, I got to bring him on. He is the voice of West Virginia college football. He is my co-host, and he helps me out on the Triple B experience from time to time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to the show is special field correspondent, Shane Stodmiller. Hi, Shane.
Hey, Bubba. Just got off my other show, and I'll tell you what, let's talk Steelers football.
Well, let's do that. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, McCarthy's press conference. I'm not working. It's a big day. Me and Shane were talking. We will probably do something right after that live to get our viewpoints on what we like to hear and what we didn't hear that we didn't like. But, I mean, I'm a little better than we were when the news broke. Mm-hmm. I have stuff written down about some coordinators and all that stuff that, you know, we want to talk about. But how was your movie last night?
It was good. My wife was playing on her phone, didn't watch it, but it was it was the Game of Thrones. It's the Dunk and Egg from the Dunk and Egg book. It was
okay.
It was kind of blah.
Okay. But last night the Seattle Seahawks beat the Rams, and what I want to start off with is because a lot of people wanted the Shula kid to come in to be the new head coach. Shane, that defense that he had on that field last night looked like shit.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if you heard this, and the Steelers chat guys, you guys can comment on this too, and we appreciate you guys popping in. He bombed the interview is what I've been hearing.
Really?
Yes. I heard, look, I don't have any interconnections or anything like that, but I don't like interviews like Zoom. I mean, I do like podcasting like this, because you can't get people, and I had done interviews. I can't fly them into my house to do an interview, and I don't have a studio. The Steelers have the money to fly people in and do stuff. The Zoom conference interview, they weren't feeling it. And that was also with Stillhouse too, I believe. So, and that defense last night, Sam Darnold almost put up 400 yards passing. Okay. So now I feel a little better, because, okay, I wanted them to wait and do the hiring process real slow, which they didn't do, Shane, to me. But did you think that would come out in the wash real quick like that about him bombing that interview?
No, it might be kind of could it be reverse heat that they're just trying to they know everybody's just seething and upset, and they're just trying to pacify us rabid Steelers fans that wanted a young fucking stud in there to call plays instead of someone that's 3 years away from getting Medicaid.
Okay, have you ever heard the old adage, that, the old bull and the young bull is on top of the hill? You heard that one, right? You ever hear that one? Mm-hmm. Where all the cows are down there and the young bull's like, I'm going to go down there and do this and do that. And he goes down, down the mountaintop into the where all the female cattle are. And he hurry ups and real fast. And the cows just look at him and whatever. And he was tired out. But the old bull comes down slowly off the mountaintop. It goes down and does everything right. It was a slow process, and the cows were loving it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at? The old bull looked at the young bull, was like, "Kid, that's how you do it," kind of thing. You know,
so Mike McCarthy's going to give us a slow screwing instead of a quick bang.
maybe. I'm trying to. I'm not. Look, I will criticize like nobody's business, but I'm trying to be positive.
I hear you.
You know, and go from there. Like, there's we don't have any coaches because Danny Smith took off. Pat Meyer could probably go. I don't think he's going to be looked at. McCarthy's not going to look at him. Steelers aren't going to look at him, so he's probably go. Roberta, a lot of people are not loving.
No, we still don't love it.
I don't love it, but it's here's my train of thought, guys. Shane, you can see if I'm wrong with this. It's not a rebuild; it's a reboot.
Yeah, it's a fire sale. I think they should just start, putting masking tape on players' helmets and tell them to either,
Well, I mean, they're going to try to reboot it. They're going to try to. It's not like the original, but they're going to try to mix and match, and they're going to try for this division.
You don't throw everything out of the garage sale. You still keep you go in the garage, and there's like, is that for sale? No, that's not for sale.
That's the golf clubs are $100 instead of $25.
Yeah. That's my Camaro. It's not for sale, but all the other shit you can buy.
Now, everybody in chat, here's the question that I just said. Do you think yes or no, one or two? One is a yes, two is a no, or just put yes or no. Do you think the Steelers are rebooting this year?
Hot Wang, is that nope? You don't think they're rebooting, or is that nope from? I think that nope's from earlier.
George has the old bull stuff. Yeah, and the old bull probably only has a couple sessions in them, probably too. TCO says, "Be okay. Give him time. Live my whole life by patience."
There
okay. Yep. So I think no. Tyrone says no. No. So
lots of no's.
There's going to be there's no, everybody. Berta says no. Reginald says no. Regina, no. Everybody says no. I don't know. Mean says no. We're not kidding.
We're 90 days away from the draft, guys. 3 months.
Yeah, and it's going to be a different draft like we never seen before.
Yeah.
And I know he's the quarterback whisperer. And Art Rooney, which I'm not a big fan of Art because he seems like he's fishing around dollar bins for sales. Says that Aaron Rodgers has an open door. So I haven't heard nothing. Would you like to see Aaron Rodgers come back?
Yes, I hate to say it, but I enjoy watching him. I don't care if he can't move around. He was throwing some freaking darts, some lasers.
Okay, but this is going to be a totally different offense. It's going to be a totally different.
Yeah,
totally
but
different
he
offense.
he has the mental capacity to play.
With anything, but
pretty much.
Does McCarthy go back to like a style of his Packer offense?
I don't know. I don't think that'd be a good thing. Like I said on my show last hour,
mm-hmm.
I used this analogy.
Okay.
The Steelers,
you're very good at analogies, too.
Yeah, they've had three. I'm painting a picture with words here. They've had three coaches since the '69. That was before you were born. I was born.
Yep.
Few years.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at it like a guy that was married for 30 or 40 years. His wife either passes away or he gets divorced, whatever. But he finds himself getting hair plugs, buying a buying a sports car,
Mm-hmm.
lacing up his New Balance sneakers and his jean shorts and going out on the town looking for the ladies. Guess what, guys? There's apps. He doesn't know how the apps work on the phone. He has a flip phone. Okay. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on, but in his mind, he's gonna fucking slay some ass. Okay.
Right.
The Steelers are that guy. The Steelers have New Balances on, driving a Corvette with jean shorts, thinking they're gonna go out tear the world, a new one.
Right.
They have they're just old school. They're in their own mind. It's just everyone else has young offensive coordinators, young head coaches, and the times have changed, but the Steelers are just that analog machine chugging along.
But the Steelers, to me, and there's been a lot of stuff. I've been looking at stuff while I've been taking breaks from shoveling snow today. And Afton, I heard about that meme, Afton, and that is a meme that's been going around.
I have had to change my shirt because I get shit on my shirt.
Yeah.
What do you wipe you clean yourself with the shirt? You're not going to throw your pants out.
Well, sometimes you might have to.
You guys are crazy.
He might be. Dan was an intricate part of the Steelers organization, but now I can go look 20 seasons of winning seasons, but I would like to be, a chance for next weekend to be in a Super Bowl or an AFC Championship game or something like that. Like the New England Patriots, who had a shitty couple years, is now back into the Super Bowl and has 3 playoff victories, probably more than we've had in 16 years, which is fucking ridiculous. And I understand the winning ways in regular season, but the idea and the philosophy since Chuck Noll was brought in as a coach and they won that first Super Bowl against the Minnesota Vikings was to win Super Bowls. That's the fucking whole, during the Super Bowl era, every team, that's your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is to win championships.
Well, here's the rub, Bubba and company. I think the Steelers played one of their best games against who? The Patriots.
Well, that game we were very, very lucky. We did play a good game. They had like many fumbles. Derek May was not the MVP quarterback that he was the rest of the season. But that is something that we went up to New England and we smashed them in the mouth. They had a couple fumbles, which, hey, we recovered. That's the way it is in football. So we can go up there and beat them because now the Patriots are back. And that's something that we're going to have to deal with. And trying to get McCarthy to get whatever team is in his staff is what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, because tomorrow is that press conference. I mean, I don't know. And we've had some, I've had a couple things on a chat about some choices or Morris, Harris, or Wilkes. And I have those guys written down as defensive coordinators.
You want to go through your list, and I'll ask the chat before you go through your list. I want to ask the chat. I loved Ryan Clark as a player. I think he's entertaining as a commentator, but I think he gets a little bit too political.
Yeah.
So chat, hit me up. What are your thoughts on Ryan Clark? I mean, he's so talented and entertaining, and then he goes down these political, racial things.
And he doesn't have to.
He loses credibility. He doesn't have to do that. It's not talk about players. There's no one's out to get you, Ryan Clark or your buddies. It's football. Okay. Sorry, that was my rabbit hole. I watched that today, and I'm like, I got to talk about it on the show.
Well, Ryan Clark gets too whatever anymore. Like, and that's why I don't listen to him. I listen to James Harrison on some of his clips with him and Joe Hayden.
Yeah.
I love Harrison's take on, look, when a new coach comes in, do you think the players, even on social media now would be like, Coach McCarthy, welcome to the Steelers. You didn't see any of that.
No.
Because the Steelers players are still mourning the loss of Tomlin, because that was like a funeral from what I read and what I've, people that put stuff out there. There hasn't been any players that maybe they just did it. Maybe they called them up.
Maybe we don't see it. Maybe that's the best way. It was a personal call or yeah. Afton, I agree. And
yeah,
he was a hitter.
He was, but also too, you got to be like that when you're on ESPN. You got to be that kind of personality. I don't watch ESPN anymore because it's not about sports for me. It's not, the highlights are not there. They don't ever give the Steelers a great positive image. It's always negative. Or if they got a story, they keep harping on it, about the Tomlin, Tomlin resigned. He wasn't fired. He just had enough. Mm-hmm. And 69 says Al Harris was McCarthy in Dallas. Okay. And I also have, and at Devil, you're right. Everybody is going crazy. The Steeler Nation. I've toned it down a bit because I did a video. I don't know if you've seen it.
I did.
The driveway about my mailbox.
Yeah.
Well, my mailbox is an analogy of how the Steelers fucking organization is right now. It's got snow fucking hanging on it. The fucking pole is black, yellow pole. I got to repaint it. I got to put a stronger Steeler decal on the post office, on the mailbox. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I have no idea. It's been like that for years.
It's your mailbox. I've seen ones look like bass.
Okay. But the Steelers organization is just like my mailbox right now. And it looks just tattered, beaten up, and at its last leg of life. Like my neighbor's mailbox, PennDOT must have hit it because the fucker's flipped up off the fucking thing. It's hanging there. Thank God it didn't hit mine. And I just made a public announcement when you're getting your mail in Western Pennsylvania, the people that deliver your mail, if they can't get up to your mailbox because there's snow, they're not going to deliver it.
Right.
So you got to shovel
I shoveled mine today, but it's literally 5 feet high there. Right.
But yeah, maybe he's on an emotional rampage like I was the other day. But I just feel that if McCarthy can bring people around him in a good way, and I got one name that it's going to stun the Steeler fucking people as I know it. Okay. Now Cleveland. Let me go with a couple more before I drop that ball.
Yeah. Start with the less likely.
I figured, Morris, the former coach of the Atlanta Falcons, could get an interview maybe because, he had some great defense, stuff like that maybe. Now I have read that Patrick Graham of the Raiders, and he also worked in another, I think he was the Titans or something maybe like that, but he also coached with McCarthy at Green Bay. Okay, the Raiders, they didn't have a good talent, but maybe McCarthy goes with somebody that he knows. Sometimes it's better to know someone you know than someone.
Yeah, that's the way it works in coaching. They go with guys they have a relationship with.
So I wanted to say that the Cleveland Browns have not named a coach yet.
Nope.
Okay.
A couple guys have turned it down.
Yeah, which I wouldn't doubt that. So I read where defensive coordinator, if they have a new coach come in unless they give him the head coaching position, defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz.
Okay.
I would take him in a heartbeat if him and Cleveland parted ways. That defense is phenomenal last 2 seasons.
They have been.
It would be great. maybe would get our defensive line and the run stop would be great.
He's familiar with the AFC opponents.
Yes, he is. Now, I'd rather have him with us than against us. You know, yeah, that's going to be something too. Yeah. So, I mean, and then I know our outside linebacker coach, Denzel Martin, not Denzel Washington, because I wrote it down. He, he's been coaching. He's been with the Steelers since 2016 under Tomlin's staff, and he was the outside linebackers coach for since 2023 to 2025. But and you know what? That's not a bad position. That's not a bad positional coach.
No.
Coaching Highsmith, Herbig, Sawyer, and TJ Watt. So that is one assistant coach. Maybe if he would like to stay, McCarthy might, keep him. But he also got an interview with the Dallas Cowboys. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to keep somebody on staff that knows where to get the takeout orders and stuff like that.
Yes, it would be. And I love Debo, but I don't see Debo being, like Afton says, I don't see Debo being a good head coach.
He wouldn't be. He'd be.
Physically, he could probably get in their face, but to be a defensive coach and to be a coach in the NFL, you have to be some kind of in between the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see James Harrison being anything in the middle. So now let me ask you a question. Some of your defensive coaching candidates that you think could be under McCarthy, probably it's going to be happening probably this week, probably.
The only one I have written down is Raheem Morris.
Okay.
So that's all I have written down. At this point, I'm so like numb. I just don't even care. Chad, are you guys feeling like this? Like you're just so over it. I'm so disappointed by McCarthy. They could hire anybody, and I'd be like, okay, whatever. Let's see what the fuck's going on. Because every year it's like we're plug and play a new guy, new offensive coordinator in there, and it's the same old result.
Well,
until they get some players, you could have the best guy in the world, but we need to get some goddarn talent.
Well, the talent is lukewarm. Like my soup is lukewarm. The talent, like I think the Steelers are the greatest thing in the world when they're playing against people. I think they're going to win. But when they lose and get beat fucking traumatically bad, we haven't had a playoff victory in a long time. I'm not getting any younger. Too many questions. I feel like Roddy Piper. If you change the questions, what is it? I changed. Oh, if you want the answers, I change the questions or something like that. That's one of Piper's quotes. And I don't know about the offensive coordinating. I just want the offense to be fast and be able to.
Well, Mike McCarthy is an offensive guy. So I'm not as worried about the offensive coordinator. I think the defensive coordinator has to be a slam dunk. Chat, hit me up with one if you had a pick between having an A+ in the offensive coordinator spot or an A+ higher in the defensive coordinator spot. 1 for offense, 2 for defense. Hit me up. What would you can only pick one.
I don't know. I rather be offense now because the defense,
right?
You don't need a dominating defense. You need a high-powered offense to score. Look at Sam Darnold did last night.
Yeah, but you have a coach right now that is background is offense.
Yeah,
I would lean towards getting a slam dunk defensive hire, but George says 1. He wants an offensive guy. Yeah, it makes sense. He would put all his eggs in that basket.
That's right. See, I knew I fucked. Yep. That's what Piper said right there. God bless you.
That's a good quote.
Oh, that's a
the
Piper
Steelers. Quote. The pulse of the Steelers has always been the defense, where like 49ers always been offensive philosophy.
Well, but the 49ers back then had some great defensive players. I mean, they had that stuff.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's going to have his dick beaters on the playbook and making those calls on the script.
So two was what? 2 was a defense.
Defense.
Okay.
I'm saying 2.
See, I'm going different because
You're going
I just want a defense that's opportunistic and doesn't break. Because look, we've been in the only game that we got our ass beat off this year was the Buffalo game in that second half. And our offense, if our offense would have been, if we needed a shootout with Buffalo Bills, we didn't have any bullets. And that's what this year we were a little better than we were in the prior years because we had Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, instead of 24 points, now we got to score 28, 30. We did that this year. I mean, but
George says 1.5. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks, Chad. I appreciate it.
I would take
see what you're feeling.
I would take a B minus in defense and an A+ in offense, and we'd be good.
Okay, that's about where.
I want us to be able to, like, that game, that NFC game. That NFC game was just all offense. There was no defense at all. I mean, that's funny.
Well, you thought it was going to the dentist. Listen to Tomlin, huh?
It's like pulling out bad teeth. Tomlin's still not doing a press fucking conference exit interviews. It's unfounded. There's our offensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. We just need a game, like a passing coordinator or something, and he can run the offense.
You're still going to have an offensive coordinator that's going to sit with McCarthy and sit up there and kind of see what's going on.
Yes, up in the booth. Now it's up in the booth, which we haven't had that. Oh, that is a good valid point, Shane. When's the Steelers had any that one time, wasn't Matt Canada in the booth for like that one game or something? I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be, I think we're just looking at the Steelers right now as we just bought this fucking big giant fucking puzzle. And we just opened in the box and we got all the fucking puzzle pieces all out there.
I want to talk about something I brought up, and I shit on this kid because he did not have a good year.
Who's that?
Arch Manning. He's going to come back into play college football because he makes money. He's making money. He is just a hair slower than Lamar at Baltimore. It's been so they had him pegged. Listen to this, guys.
Oh, okay.
21 point something miles per hour is his top speed. That's the second fastest for college football this year.
Okay.
And that puts him now. Lamar Jackson runs on that same thing was 21.2. Mm-hmm. So he's 0.7 of a second slower than Lamar Jackson. That's a fast time. So I was talking shit on him, but I got to give him some credit because everybody wants Arch Manning as the next year's quarterback. I don't think it's a great thing, but he does have some wheels, so I want to give him props for that. I just saw that.
I don't think maybe Lamar Jackson won't be a Baltimore Raven.
That's what I'm thinking too. Maybe he'll be.
Maybe he's not going to like even though he got Harbaugh fucking canned. And I want to say this, that McCarthy had an interview with the Giants and the Titans. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was interviewed for coaching positions. So now, I want to get that out there too.
TCOG69 said Gruden said Howard is special. Gruden said Drake May was special.
Oh, he's right.
And everybody shit on him. And Drake May is in the Super Bowl.
Well, I think Will Howard sitting back all year, sitting with these sessions he had with Gruden, okay, he just soaked up like a sponge. And being around Rodgers for a year actually helped his development. But they say he's not accurate, where I have read he's not accurate because he did win a national championship. And I said, what's the difference between him and the Mendoza kid? The Mendoza kid, everybody I talked to said is a better football player. But sometimes that doesn't transfer from college to the NFL. It doesn't.
I don't know if Mendoza's that much better. I think he's a tough son of a bitch, Mendoza.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think body of work. I think Howard has just as better.
I would
Heisman, but
I would love that. Holy fuck. I would be doing the fucking Scottish jig for weeks. Like, he's the whole Buffalo. And I listened to the fan when I was shoveling snow today. And that one guy he was a Buffalo fan all his life. And he goes, the Buffalo Bills. Okay. We were getting our asses beat, this and that until we had Jim Kelly. And then when we had Jim Kelly, it's all about a quarterback.
Right.
So, and that's the problem with the Steelers. Because now, and I'll get back to the Buffalo Bills thing, because Buffalo Bills, after Jim Kelly retired, they did the same thing as the Steelers. Had all these quarterbacks, Tyrod Taylor, Doug Flutie, not against Flutie, but other quarterbacks that weren't like the franchise quarterbacks until they got a guy named Josh Allen. It happened to the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers, if the Steelers in the 70s didn't have Bradshaw, you know what I mean? We still probably would have won a couple Super Bowls, but not in that total domination because Bradshaw in those later Super Bowls, it was all about the high-powered offense. And then after Terry retired, we did the same thing, fucking plugging in fucking quarterbacks. Cowher had, and the only flash was like the flash of Cordell Stewart. We had a little. Neil O'Donnell was more of a game manager until he fucked up the fucking Super Bowl. But also too, he got us there. I mean, it's a double-ended sword. And then Tommy Maddox, the comeback player of the year, and then Maddox getting hurt, and then fucking drafting Big Ben, and then all those years of Big Ben, and then we had the debacle of Kenny Pickett drafting him, and then bringing Mitch Trubisky in and fucking Fields and Wilson fucking experiment that didn't work. And I think out of all that, I think the Aaron Rodgers thing to me was a lot better because everybody thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be the typical Aaron Rodgers of old, and he wasn't. He was more of a team player. And I loved it when he got on to guys, and I hated it when he was out in the field and he was fucking screaming because he knew somebody fucked up. Mm-hmm. Like when fucking Geno Smith couldn't catch a fucking ball, was out of fucking place and fucking didn't do shit. He knew he was messed up, which I Steelers would just cut him, let him go, but that's what I'm getting at with all this. The Steelers need a quarterback, and it could be Will Howard. I mean, nobody thought fucking Tom Brady was the shit. Tom Brady had this. I mean, probably if I was 100 pounds lighter, I probably could run the combo. Tom Brady was slow as shit in that combine.
Yeah.
So nobody knows. I mean, there's been undrafted players. I mean, look at James Harrison. He was undrafted. And he did say in his podcast, because he said Tomlin wasn't the greatest coach.
No, he said that a number of times.
Yes. And he said, look, he goes, I have the greatest play in the Super Bowl. He goes, I'm an undrafted person who won the defensive player of the year. But he goes, I'm not the greatest player.
Well, Nick Saban said it last week. He said, listen, I had guys that were 5 stars that played a year in the NFL, and I had guys that were 3 stars in college play 10 years. Mm-hmm. He's like, the guys who put those stars, the rivals rankings, they don't know their ass from their elbow. They don't know football from Shinola, shit from Shinola. So with that, Big G said his arm was weak. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just a guy who just likes to watch the Steelers play football. So I don't get into the scouting. I do have deficiency weaknesses. And then, yeah, that's true. He is big. He is Big Ben 2.0. They don't give him the weapons either. He doesn't have the weapons, but also too, he had those 4 turnovers that cost him.
I would take Allen in a heartbeat. And if Metcalf can't fucking catch Aaron Rodgers passes, probably have a hard time probably catching Josh Allen.
Do you think the Steelers get that kid from Texas A&M, receiver, in the 22nd pick?
I've seen people already doing fantasy mock drafts of the Steelers, and everyone I've seen, and that's right, they had Bradshaw and Joe Gilliam. That is correct. They've had two. They picked the Cooper guy from Indiana as like a third pick, and they picked, was his name Lemon, the receiver Lemon.
Here, I'm looking up.
I seen two receivers in the top 6 picks. They have so many picks. They can be very, very astute on this draft pick. McCarthy's not going to fuck around, but McCarthy's never drafted a number 1 receiver. I don't know. I could be wrong because poor Aaron never had a number 1 in Green Bay.
No, that's not good. I forgot about that.
What's that?
That McCarthy never really had studs around Aaron.
Well,
wait a second. Rabbit hole, but what's the over and under on Aaron Rodgers coming back, guys? I mean, is there any sort of line on that?
I don't know. I'm going to say 40-60. If he comes back, I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with not giving him the weapons that he truly deserves to get us there. Because that offense of Arthur Smith was not good enough for Aaron Rodgers, and he didn't have the weapons. And I don't know what happened with Freiermuth. And I will say this, in a positive note about McCarthy. McCarthy loves tight ends, and he used tight ends in Dallas. And Schwartz had a big year, and Craig Ferguson had a big year too. And Freiermuth is something that we can get him the ball. Freiermuth can be dangerous, which I knew he should have been this year, but he wasn't. I don't know what the chemical mishaps between Rodgers, Smith, and Freiermuth. He can't play Cincinnati all the time. You know what I mean?
I want to share something with you guys. McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers kind of had a rocky relationship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know they beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl, but McCarthy's been the head coach of the Cowboys since 2021, 22, something like that. So Rodgers didn't have him the last few years, but Rodgers did say this. I'll read it verbatim here. He said, I think time can be a great healer. Not all there needed to be a lot of healing in our relationship. There's always so much love. So he didn't really not like him or get along with him. It's just they kind of had a rocky year there.
Well, he did have some good receivers.
Yeah, he goes on to say, Rodgers goes on to say, that's always going to connect us and bond us with time. It's just increased the greater gratitude I have for him, the time we spent together, love I have for him, and the appreciation for what it meant for my career. This is what Rodgers said when he was talking about his time with him. So I think there's more fondness than there is just ill will.
Right.
But with that, is that Rodgers' real feelings, or is it the fact that Rodgers is kind of more of a mature, I call him from Aaron the Gray, like Gandalf the Gray, Aaron the White. He's kind of like more spiritual and just chill now.
But he's a free agent now, so he can go somewhere else. So if Minnesota fucking wants him, he's got better weapons in Minnesota than he does in Pittsburgh.
True.
And he could probably get him over the hump because that receiving core is something that he didn't have here.
Right.
Didn't have it. They have a running game. They got Flores on defense, the coordinator. So your defense is going to be, strapped up. That's going to be another division like he just got out of the AFC North if he goes to Minnesota. Yeah. He knows that division very, 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 very well. But the teams are better now, and the Packers aren't kicking the shit out of everybody. And the Packers, are good too. So, you got to face that whole division's strong too.
Now, do you want to tell the chat that tomorrow we're going to do a show right after the press conference?
We are. As soon as that press conference is over, people, I'm going live because I'm off tomorrow. I'm not going to work. I'm out of double time anyway, so I said fuck it because I was shoveling snow. I already told him, look, I got things to do tomorrow. I got other stuff to do too. I do. But everybody's yawning tonight. Yeah,
Me too.
I know.
Man. I'm so sorry.
I'm sore. I'm sorry. I couldn't get out of bed
shoveling.
hardly. I couldn't get out of bed. Shoveling snow is like an Olympic fucking sport, especially when we haven't had snow like this since I can't.
10 years.
Like
10
I know. I remember the 92 fucking snow when I was at IUP, man. I went up and started drinking at Coney and it was up to my hips, but I don't know. It's going to be, I want to hear what he has to say tomorrow. I also want him to start picking his staff because they got to go places. Yeah, I hope so too. They both. I thought Smith was going to be a real good acquisition.
I was wrong on that.
That is not the way
that
the Steelers use that tight end stuff. And Darnell Washington is still on, he's injured up. So we signed Gelberth on the practice squad. We signed a lot of people to the practice squad because sometimes you need that stuff. So, I mean, our defense is still, look, if TJ Watts, if he doesn't ask for a trade or they don't trade him or something in the draft or whatever, if Cam Hayward does not come back, you definitely go get some free agent, big giant D lineman. It's not going to fill the spot of Cam Hayward over the years, or if Cam comes back one more year, he has that right to. He does. And I know you sent a whole bunch of money on a salary cap, and that was a lot of money that you sent me in that post today. You sent me, that was a lot of money. And I don't know if Ramsey sticks around. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of what ifs. That was a good show. It was a good comic book too. But I know we're not getting a quarterback. Okay. Because there's no quarterbacks out there that I'm aware of. The Alabama quarterback, they I don't know. So yep. Aaron did say, yep, I agree. Needs a mobile quarterback. Okay,
Reginald.
Yep. And maybe it is.
After to ask what time the show was, she said 2. I said 2:40, 2:30, right after the presser.
Yeah, right after. Because it's at I'll send you pics. Pics of what? I can only imagine. But it's 2:00 tomorrow. I think it's on everything. It'll be on Steelers.com. It'll be on YouTube. And then it's fresh. So we can do, it doesn't have to be a long show, little, you know what I mean? Because we got to do, if Mark tomorrow, you know what I mean? Because I guess it's 6:00 over in Australia when he's watching it.
Yeah.
Yes, those two will be gone. The receiving room should be revamped.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get a receivers coach that can upgrade us, but we need to get talent in that room. Yeah, something like that. You're right, Shane. As soon as it goes off, as soon as the press conference is done, I'm going live because I'll be watching it. So I'll be right here downstairs because after I get everything cleaned up, this stuff's going back upstairs to the studio and I know we're going to do a Super Bowl stream.
Yep.
I never had algebra. I never had algebra in school at all.
Really?
Yeah, I never did. You know why? Because I was an art major, and Frank Palilla called me in, and he's like, "Hey, Bubba, when you get old and you're on your rocking chair talking to your grandkids and saying how Marion Center wasn't a good school, you got to pick a thing better than art." Because I thought I was going to be like an artist, you know what I mean? But it didn't work out. But yeah. So we'll see. What tomorrow will bring.
Yep.
And we thank all you guys popping on.
Even though we're going to pop off here in the next minute or two, you're going to get extra 20 minutes tomorrow on top of what we're doing. So,
thanks. Well, that was my mailbox about the
that was a good one.
Yeah, I try. I got to try to do something well. I mean, we've been getting subs like not like real hoagie subs.
We got like 50 in a week.
I know. We're at like 7, like over
53.
we're over, yeah,
753.
So my goal this year is to get to 1,000. That's my goal. So by the end of just January 1st, 2027, we should be over 1,000.
Yeah, 1,200.
So, yeah, I mean, and we will. We thank all you guys. Yeah, I mean, but okay, I'll check my phone. Hold on.
Gene sent something.
I know he sends me the craziest stuff.
Yeah, I got to run the kids don't have school tomorrow, so my son's girlfriend came over for a couple hours. I got to run her home.
I can't.
It's always fun.
Wait.
What's Gene sending? What's Gene sending here?
I'm gonna download this.
Hey guys, Robert's in the house,
and I'm gonna download that, and then I'm gonna put them on my. Give me a second, and then we'll get out of here. But I'm gonna convert them over, so I'm gonna show the world what Gene.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna.
That's a good idea.
Great idea. Yeah.
We do need that. With a QR code for a okay. I think I could do that. I can make them up on Canva. Okay, give me a second.
Oh, Mean Green says the reason the subs are up is it's the best podcast out there. Well, you're a sweetheart.
God bless you. God bless you. Okay, let me
try.
Well, we do. Oh, Steve, wait, I just seen this. Stephen A. Smith shares some Steelers interesting names Steelers should have interviewed. I'm just looking at this.
Stephen A. I enjoyed
Stephen A. Stephen A. just went off. No, I don't know why they would fucking interview Ryan Clark for fucking anything. He hasn't coached anything, so why would you fucking interview him? That's just dumb.
He'd be the last person I'd want.
Yeah, that's just dumb. Stephen A. Smith, that's just dumb. So let me get to that. So, yeah, that's just dumb. Dumb. Give me a second here, and I'll get these photos. I got the one. Okay. And I got the
303 AUR, new sub Steelers fan that lives in Denver. I'll put Denver. We don't have any Denver folks.
No, how is it? How is it out there in Denver?
Denver. Put Denver. I put Denver down.
Welcome.
Couple from Mexico. A few
from
Australia.
Welcome. How's it like being a Steeler fan out in Denver? That's hard.
I've been out to Denver a few times. Are you in Boulder or are you right in Denver?
Let me get to these. This is Gene sending this. I'll get back to the comments here before we get out of here because I don't want to, I'm not that kind of press. And
so tomorrow, just to refresh, right after the Mike McCarthy interview, Bubba and me are going to go live.
We're going to go live.
Give our take. Maybe it might change our opinion. Aliquippa. Yeah, my wife teaches down there in Beaver.
Oh, let me get this. Okay.
So,
welcome.
Afton.
Afton is the chats. She knows everything about. She knows everything about everything.
She's the gatekeeper. She's like
She keeps us in line too.
Yeah, she's the dean of
Ride
if
or
this was
die.
the university, she'd be the dean.
Oh, Aliquippa's in the house. Oh, 69, you're going to have to come to the draft party, man.
So we are having a draft party just north of Pittsburgh at the Ben Franklin Tap Room.
Mm-hmm.
We have it for 3 days. It has an outside area and inside area. So
Thursday night for the first round.
Yep.
Friday night for the second and third round, and Saturday for the whole day. Mark will be there, but he's probably going to Pittsburgh one time. I am not. I have no desire to go to Pittsburgh and see a million people. That's too much.
Mark is our Australian counterpart. He has the Steelers Nation Australia, and we do a show with him on Tuesdays too. So
yep. And we're gonna probably have other podcasters flying in, like Steelers Syndicate, DB or AB. He'll be
Arsenal,
there.
Yeah.
Arsenal will be there because everybody's coming. So everybody has got a place to go if they were looking for something to do. And if you guys are coming in from out of town, from a different state, let us know, because Shane knows all the hotel motels to get you the best deal. So we're trying to help everybody out. So,
you gotta pay a extra fee if you don't want bed bugs. I'm just telling you.
Well, Gene sent me these from his lovely abode.
Let's see what Gene did. What did Gene? Okay,
look at that snow.
That's what my snow looks like. Yep, that's what my snow looks like.
That's before, and here's after. Fucking, that's all day. Wow. That's worth some deer meat and some pierogies.
I'll show you some pictures.
You got pictures?
I'll show them to you. I'll show them tomorrow. My God, they're terrible.
Oh, we hope so too. So, guys, tomorrow, after the press conference, we're going live, and then we'll be back at, I think, 6:00. The three of us. Mark will be hosting the show. It's just And then me and Shane we're the added extras. But also too, here's the code that I put right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's the code for the Triple B experience, where it has all Wednesday shows and some great shows of the Steelers Dynasty podcast, and also the Triple B experience, which is the pulp culture interviews. If you guys like to hear that, I have a lot of episodes. I have a lot. So it'll keep you busy for a long, long time. So if you guys are interested in that, it's the audio. You can listen to it in the gym. You can listen to it in your car. So that's the QR code for that. So it's called the Triple B Experience, and it combines both podcasts or both YouTube channels together on one, because I just can't keep doing different shit, because then I lose my passwords.
We got it.
But but we do appreciate you guys. That's right. It's the John Hughes movies Thursday. Yes.
Dean Manfredi says start Will Howard. I think that's what they're going to have to do, Dean.
I'm okay with that too.
Dean Manfredi. He must like Tulsa King.
Oh, Tulsa King's good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. And to the new guys, to the newbies, this is a great community. Most of everybody in this community has been here from the start.
Right.
And we're a big community. We help each other out. We talk. Oh, my ticker's good, brother. I was out shoveling today.
Yeah, we have a talking hot dog. We have a hillbilly, and then me.
I told Tam, I said, I didn't even go to the gym today, but tomorrow I'm going.
Yeah.
So I look, shoveling snow. And I want a big shout out to Brian Forrest. Hollywood came by with his big truck. He goes, Bubba, you want me to push that out? I go, no, I'll get it, man. It's great cardio. I appreciate it. He goes, I seen you do it this morning. You're back this afternoon. And I'm like, yeah, I had to take a break. You know how us old guys are. But I said, hey, I love you, Hollywood. Thanks for the invite, but I'm going to do it to get my cardio in today. So I did. But, hey, I'm waiting for Phil to come back.
Oh, or Pete.
Funky Pete. Well, we got a big year coming, 2026. Now it's even bigger with this McCarthy hire, and now we got to see who we're getting, what players we're keeping, what players are going. I mean, we're going to be doing stuff. You know, we got the shorts. Like I said, we're looking at almost 450,000 views, trying to get to 500,000 views, and also this year trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to get this channel to 1 million views. That's what I'm trying, and I'm almost halfway home.
1 million.
1 million. Okay, Shane, thank you as always, guys. Thank you guys so much. We love you guys all. Tomorrow, hey Ralph Williams. Tomorrow we're going to be doing it live right after the press conference to listen to the new coach Mike McCarthy, Mike and Molly. I want to see who his Molly's is. So, Devil, thank you so much in the tropics where you're at, brother. We're all fucking freezing our ass off. So, nice meeting you too. Thank you. just hit the notification. We're on all the time. Take care, everybody.
Night.
Good night, everybody. And we will see you tomorrow right after the press conference. Afton, stay warm. Gene, quit shoveling snow. And she said, drive safe, Shane.
Yeah, just down the hill.
Okay. Good night, Shane. I'll see you later.
Good night, chat.
Good night, everybody.